Okay, so in this next video, what I want to show you guys is how to basically engage proper muscles so that we're not always engaging our traps. So our upper traps are these big muscles. Of course, in our daily life, we're always forward and we end up with these muscles that are really tight and can't quite relax. So what we're going to do here is try and engage the serratus anterior, which is a muscle that connects to the shoulder blade as well, but also connects to the core a bit better. So it connects to your ribs, therefore it can connect to your core better, which is essentially what we want to do. We want the upper extremity to be able to connect to somewhere on our spine so that we can move properly, because we need this, right, centered and engaged before we can actually create a lot of momentum or create a stable base of support to move our arm from there. So what we want to do is not connect it to our neck with our traps, because then we get a tight neck and then, you know, this gets difficult. Our neck muscles need to be able to move to turn, where we can turn it to the core more and then keep the neck free and not as tight, where the core has a lot more muscles, bigger bones, and connectors there. So how we want to connect to the core is essentially almost the way that you want to do. So you want ears, shoulders away from the ears. And then what you want to do is basically almost like if you had your arms to the side and you're trying to get your elbows as far as you can apart. So you're trying to spread the shoulder blades apart, right? So I'm not trying to bring them forward. I'm just trying to create a space. So trying to spread them apart. And you should feel a pretty good tension, like a stretch in between those shoulder blades and in the kind of like upper back and neck junction, okay? A good exercise for this. You can practice this right when you're sitting, so just trying to kind of spread the shoulder blades apart and shoulders away from the ears. Another way that you can do is, so you're on all fours from here. So already you can see that I have my shoulders close to my ears. So one way to connect with my core is to bring shoulders away from the ears, and then I'm trying to push myself away from the table. Okay, so I'm not down here, I'm pushing myself away. And I'm also not rounding the back, okay? So back stays, spine stays straight, and I'm just pushing through the bed / table to get that serratus anterior to engage. Another way that you can think of it too, if those cues don't work, is basically you want to try to connect that little pointy part of your shoulder blade, the bottom, to this point here. So you're trying to get these two closer to engage that serratus anterior. Okay, so you can do those, you can do the all fours, or just think of it when you are at work and doing stuff, and when you're going to lift stuff, try and think of creating that space between the shoulder blades versus really squeezing them back or just being forward. All right?